Yo, what's up? It's Dreas, aka DJ Anti-Zero. I mean, you already know what it is. Actually, I come up with my own jingle. Shout out to Gary V, because he's doing a jingle contest right now for the text number. And kind of thinking about, like, creating one for him and possibly doing my own. I don't know yet. It's just ideas in my head. So, if you're listening to this on the podcast version, apologize for no visual. Excuse me. Apologize for no visual, just because, you know, I mean, it's not like I'm going to visibly say or show anything. Let me turn it off. Visibly say or show anything. Or, I mean, repeat myself. Guys, let me get straight to what I want to get to. And girls. Guys and girls. Let me go straight to what I want to get to. And by the time I'm making this video podcast, barely any listeners, barely anybody's going to be hearing this. So today I woke up and I was like, I remember this conversation that me and my friend had where she mentioned that Cardi B was in Manhattan and nobody gave a fuck about, like, you know, Cardi B being around like that, like she was just chilling in Manhattan. And I'm like, yeah, because, you know, the population size of Manhattan compared to how much she earns in videos and whatnot is like what I looked up today was the population of Manhattan in 2017, and the relevant source I'm referring to is using Google, typing in population of and the current city in this situation. They don't give you they give you the 2 year prior. They don't give you like the current, but you can still get an idea of where it ranges from based off the 2 years ago, because it's not like going to be a drastic difference where it's like you lose 1 million people out of nowhere like that. But anyway, and I'm only speaking upon Manhattan and Binghamton for this discussion because I haven't looked at every other place, but I'm pretty sure they're roughly in between the same amount. So for this scenario, I'm like, well, Cardi B will get like what? Like an average, just hypothetical, not like legit standards, but hypothetical, let's say 2-3 million a video view, right? First off, Manhattan has about 2 million people on it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's 2 million or 2 billion. I believe it's more so close to 2 million. It makes more sense to be a million than a billion people on it. Mind you, that's just Manhattan, and that's a city. That is not the entire Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens. That's not Albany. That's not Syracuse. That's not Rochester. That's not Buffalo. That's not. Oh my God. That's not even New York. Like, New York itself. Think about how many people just live in a state, and you tell me 3 million. First of all, a mill can get you a mill can get you quote unquote viral. But like, looking at it from that terminology, like New York State alone has way more than 1 million. 1 million to New York State alone, and I'm just going like rough estimate numbers. This is not accurate right now that I'm speaking about. You're looking at like, I would say 100 millions, if anything, and that's not even counting the entire U.S. So your numbers are scattered across the U.S. First of all, people that watch or even listen to this podcast or this YouTube video, shout out to the people that's in the U.K., because I definitely have some UK, I had like 1 or 2 UK listeners. So, and even with that, like, to understand that you draw in millions and then you can go around and still nobody knows you like that, it's so fascinating to me. But also kind of hurts me a bit because in my area where I'm at 2 years ago, Binghamton population is only but 43,000 people. That's not a lot of people. And then obviously when I go to dive in deeper, 83% of that 43,000 is made up of white people, and about 17-ish% is black people. Black people is about like 8,000 of us, and then everybody else is like lower, like going down the scale. And it's just like, wow, like I don't know. Like, and then my mind goes, well, why not just move to Manhattan and I'll just get the people that I want to get to? But it's like, you also got to factor in like people's common interests, and then are you good enough to meet that person's interest? So, yes, it's about connections, and don't get me wrong. Like, I believe with the skills I have currently right now, I can make something. I won't be the greatest, but I can make something. And it just goes in my head, and then I'm just like, I gotta do this. And by the way, I'm doing this fast because I'm in the middle of like a job right now. I just took the time out because I know I have time to do this and then finish doing what I gotta do before I gotta take the bus. But it's so like interesting to me to go, all I need is $1 million, which if I look at it, it's like 150th of people. It sounds crazy. Or if I even want to go reverse and go, if I concentrate on the amount of people that I could potentially meet in Binghamton, and then find a way to gain at least $10 or $5 from each of them, I'll make $250,000, which then I could just take that money, put that behind some ads, going through different regions of the United States, and then make my profit. And it's so mind blowing to me right now. 'Cause I'm just like, damn, what do I do with this information? Well, one, the first thing I wanted to do was share with you guys, just to go in the future to say I was right. And if anybody's watching this video and never took the opportunity to at least take this knowledge and do something with it, then you're missing opportunity. On top of that, this generation right now is very money giving. So like, it's just, I feel like I'm battling between skill, like me having a skill, versus what should I want to call it? Me having a skill versus like having this knowledge. Because in my head it just goes, if I just stick with this path, then if I go in this direction and I use this to what I know I could use it for, to say, then I'm gonna end up being where I want to be within 2 years. Or if I just focus on my skill, the problem with that is I want to get known to be a bit harder, but still amount of effort, I will get to where I want to get to about an extra year or two. And I'm just like, damn. And this kind of also stemmed off of all my friends. Just got from DJing last night. I see my friends also practicing their dancing skills. I'm just like, if I want to make it out and get to where I want to get to, and if I want to do it fast, go fast, or if I want to just do it properly, I officially know now what to do. And officially as in if I actually sat here, planned out a proper strategy. For instance, if I go, because I'm making this off my head, but I know this is so true, even just make this off of my head. If I go, I spend another 6 more months just deep diving into DJing. Matter of fact, just deep diving, whether it's me being an artist, DJ, dancer, photographer, and I just deep dive. I put in the work, I do as much research as I can within 6 months, and I stack at least about $5,000 to $1,000 within 6 months, which is very doable. I can then turn around drop at least 5 tracks, videos, whatever the case may be, put some money behind cover art or do it myself, and then do a small test where it's like, all right, I spend a week, I go around, I ask people if this video is interesting or not, and they say yes, and I get a certain amount of yes. They'll put ads behind it. Then market that to, because now you got to go down to like what is it about and what it is. So it's like, you know, if it's hip hop, then, you know, tag people that likes hip hop and associates with artists that sounds the way that sounds or mixes the way that mixes, etc. And you would at least get within the 1,000 range. From the 1,000 range, I see it, man. I so see it. It's scary that I see it, and I'm just sitting there like, yo. And then you can like, and if you're an artist, you can make money off of that because it only takes about a couple thousand to make, you know, like a couple dollars back. And then if you do it right, you can actually make money through the process. So you can spend, let's say, like $20 within 2 months. That $20 will come back $60. It's like, yo, like the plan is there. It's so frustrating to know this and then sit here and go, like, I feel like my mind goes, it's such an easy route, but then it's like, I should just do it if it's that easy. But it's like, I don't want to do things that seem so naturally or like easy to like figure out. And I'm like, oh, so mind blowing. Oh, freak, man. And like, I'm only looking at the money aspect because I'm like, okay, if I can get substantial money and then live where I want to live and do what I want to do, then I have no problem just going around and meeting people at that point and then just building my fan base so that eventually get to the goal of being better than Michael Jackson. As in like, because my goal for Michael Jackson is like, yo, I want a higher fan base. Like I want people to know me and be likable across the world, higher scale than Michael. And I know it takes a lot of effort, but then with like technology, the skills I have, the mindset I have, I feel like it's highly doable. And it's like, yo, it's so painful. Oh, like I'm sitting here like, if I just execute, I have to go based off it. But there's no problem. Just gotta do it. It's depending on like it being easy or it being hard, and I just sit here and go, are you serious, Dreas? Just go do it. Just go do it. Right now, like my only downfall is I don't have the money to like sit here and just do it. But like now having the knowledge, all I need to do now is just break down a few things. I just need a few more like. And I need a bit more skill to say I'm that creative enough to like people like I need. It's right there, man. It's right. Like I see it. It's right there. It's right there. And like I know I'm not at my top level right now. Like compared to the videos I've seen, I know I shouldn't compare somebody chapter 20 to my chapter 2 or chapter 5, whatever the case may be. But still, even with my level, I can still make something. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. The people that have the hardest time, I can see right now, is people that's like settled in their local community and being a niche market. But for somebody like me that's like has the freedom to say like I can get money from anywhere across the world versus just the city alone, it's so fascinating. Because I tell people, and it's funny because if I look at this also in the same boat as make sure I don't go over time. I probably did for like 3 more minutes, probably less. I tell people like, yo, no matter what your location is, as long as your product is good, people gonna come. Like irregardless of where you're at, like people will show up right at your front store doorstep and buy something. You could be in the middle of the desert. If you are not that far away from people's mentality, and you have the best in the world, they're gonna find a way to stop by and say, "Yo, I want to buy." Like somebody I know opened up their clothing store a few weeks ago, and she's just been, as far as I know, I should say, she's been making sale on a daily. And I go in my head, that's funny because when a few years ago I was part of this project on opening the store, which we did open the store, it was very difficult for us to make money every single day, let alone make enough to improve on the storefront, like improving the store, paying people, etc. I'm no longer part of that project. That fell off like a year or two ago. But at the time, just saying like, and I was a part of it. As far as I'm aware, it was difficult. So for her to be making it, and especially at a location where it's like, I wouldn't really come this way unless I like knew the person or the product is like, it has to be some type of attraction. Like I like downtown, but I don't go there as often as I would like to. One, because I don't have the money. Even if I did, it's just not the best. Like in my head, Tully's, and by the way, nothing sponsored. I'm not getting paid to say anything. Tully's claims to have the best chicken tenders, at least in this town, and I agree. I definitely would be on some Tully's on some real quick. It's just my mentality. I'm over this music and whatnot, so my money doesn't travel that way. But if I was just a regular person, I'll definitely be in Tully's with no problem. Like I see Dale's, Rios, Crafts, Galaxy, they have no problem with their business. As far as I know, they have no problem with their business. Like there's no like need of improving something that's not broken, which is kind of a bad thing in like the future. But that's if they have that mentality, like on a constant rate. Still, it's like, yo, that mental shift. All right, let me get out of here. But yeah, that's mainly what I want to get at is this. Gary's right. Ads are very underpriced. And if you're good enough, you can definitely make your money and get yourself known. And finally, within a few months, I'm definitely doing it. I'm definitely doing this idea of what I'm thinking about, see how far I can get. You start realizing, like, if I put down $100 and I only get back a set amount, that's fine. I'm fine with taking L's because I've done it with parties and whatnot. So I'm used to taking L's. Like I dropped $250 for my own birthday party and did it for free. To then turn around, get an offer to DJ for I'm gonna say a majority of Saturdays of the summer, and I just end up making my money back just through time. So I'm aware of taking the L and then making profit back afterwards. It's just you know, I understand it, and it's so frustrating. I have to really get back to what I'm going to do. So thank you guys for tuning in, watching this, listening to this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Yeah, I forgot what I'm going to say for all this.